Hi there folks, and welcome back to RRTV for our inaugural round of the Formula 1 Australian Grand Prix series, and we're coming back to you again from Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve for the final race of today of our open wheelers. So having a look at the coming rounds of this great series, the next round will be on between the 9th and the 12th of July. It'll be broadcast live here on the 12th of July, and then the final round will be broadcast on the 23rd of August from Suzuka Grand Prix. That's a Suzuka track, sorry. So having a look at the weather, it's changed a little bit since the Star Mazdas were on. Same air temperature, it's 21 degrees now. Track temp still 27 degrees, but the wind has dropped to a southerly at 3 kilometres per hour. So before we get into it, I'd like to hand over now to our commentary team, Brenton O'Brien and Scott Connors.
Thanks very much, Bernie. Welcome all to round one of the Australian Formula 1 series. Made fantastic effort early in the day with the Star Mazdas and the Skip Barbers as well. Some very exciting racing going on there. But yeah, like you said, we're now at Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve, just outside of Montreal for this round one race of this series. Just got Scott Connors with us. Scott, one of the admin for this series, has done a fantastic job organising. Also, Scotty, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you everyone, and welcome. Tonight I think we have a 35 lap race, inaugural round of the Australian Grand Prix series. So me and Matt have been putting a lot of hours behind the scenes, more than Matt than me, to be honest. Yeah, we're really proud with how much a bigger turnout we've got at the moment, so it should be good.
Yeah, well, Matthew Wilkins and yourself done an outstanding job organising this. Your ideas behind the series and start with, just the Australian iRacing community just seemed to lack that little bit of extra oomph. They're very successful, obviously, with the V8s. OSR hold an excellent program there, and also with the Star Mazdas and the Skip Barbers, which we talked about with Redback Racing TV's coverage of that. But the Formula 1s themselves, what brought you onto this idea?
Well, me and Matt, we love the F1 in real life. We watch it every week, and we basically go for the same drivers and everything, and we tried to get the strength of field race for an Australian friendly time zone, but it really didn't pan out. So we thought, you know what, with these Ozsmac and the Australian Skip Barber series, New Zealand Skip Barber series, we thought we would pitch the idea of trying to get the F1. And originally we were going to make it open setup, but then we sort of had a good think about it and thought if we get the fixed setups done by Alex Simpson, which is a pro driver, he's big thank you to him, big shout out to him. He's done amazing work with these setups for us, and we just thought, so it'd be a bit more friendly for everyone because you don't have to work hours and hours and set up them. These cars are no easily to set up, that's for sure.
Yeah, Alex Simpson, AC, very, very successful Formula 1 driver, as you said in the professional series. Just had a couple of weeks off of late, but I know he'll be back next week for that series again after his success in the IndyCar Road Series. But yeah, a very successful day also for the Apex Racing Academy, winning the main race today for the Indy 500 by 8/1000ths of a second, if you don't mind, with Cam Stark taking that. So yeah, the fixed setup is a great idea. Obviously, the amount of nominations you've had must really blow you away here.
Well, it is. I think I think the league's been open for about 2 weeks, I think, and we've got over 60 in that league at the moment. And we got 35 qualifiers today. Not all of them in the server at the moment. I think we're still missing about 7 or 8, but other than that, it's still a big turnout for the first round, which we're really proud of.
And the point structure, how is that going to be working this season?
I think with the amount of drivers we've got at the moment, 10 will miss out. I'm just trying to bring that up at the moment.
So generally the top 30 pace setters will get a point, starting off with 100 points for first and 90 for second. Is that about right?
Yeah, just bringing it up now. Oh, yep, I find it. Yeah, so first gets 100 points, then from end it basically goes on down in 10 deductions, and then 25th place gets 1 point. So yeah, 10 drivers will miss out on getting points. So you have to get in the top 25 to get a point.
And as qualifying's been going on, what's that, for the last 3 nights, you're having separate qualifying sessions, is that right?
Yes, that is correct. Yeah, first, before that we actually had winter testing for the thing, so basically practice, and then we had our first qualifying session on Thursday night, followed by Friday and then Saturday to round out Q3.
Right, so as a result of that, Bernie, if we can, we've got the grid for this season's round 1 action here at Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve. It's a wonderful track, it really is, and if we go to the grid now, you'll find that Apex Racing Academy's Daniel Benefield has taken the pole position. He's got a 1 minute 14.105. Daniel does a lot of F1 racing on the side, especially on a lot of the European races over there. Benjamin Smith has taken 2nd place for the Evolution Racing Australia. Williams, they're all Williams, I guess, with a 1:14.266. So just the 1.5 tenths there. Joseph Fabian, 3rd place, good back effort for him for Redback Racing, a 1:14.675, and teammate of Benjamin Smith in 4th place, Marcelo Rivera, a 1:14.779. Stephen Altana, also in Evolution, he's running as a privateer, but I notice he's got a sponsorship of Evolution on the car, 14.851, and then just the 3/100ths back to Mitchell McLeod in 6th position for Motorsports entry. Scotty Newton, teammate of Daniel Benefield, Apex Racing Academy, a 15 flat. Aaron C. Lee, teammate Redback Racing, 15-1, with Jack Baker, of Crazy Dogs Kawasaki, a 15.349, and Philip Johansson's rounding out our top 10 for JFFRacing.com with a 15.5 as well. Some notables here, Marty Carroll, great to have him in the series. Always been a big fan of the F1s as Marty with STC Motorsports, 12th place. Brett Wilson, Aaron Pearce, Jake Blackhall, Andrew Gaines, good to see him in the QuickBeds.com GNT racing car at 16th. Anthony Mazzarella in 17th. Craig Jones, again, yeah, very versatile, Craigie. He likes to have a bit of a go in most cars, doesn't he? And he does a very good job. 18th. 19th, James Scanlon, rounding out the top 20 is James Keane with a 16.338. So just the 2.2 seconds covering the top 20. So really close racing throughout there.
We just got word there, Brenton, that Aaron Lee will not be starting the race this afternoon, so that moves up everyone from 8th on up 1 position.
Yeah, which brings Chris Bean in the QuickBeds.com GNT racing from 21st to 20th of the 16.359. But the times are very competitive. Nathan Groudon's also there in 22nd, and just flipping over to page 2 because it's that busy a grid. Warren Pickering in 23rd, moving up to 22nd. Hayden Dodman, the 4 Motorsports, 16.6. Scotty Goodman does a really good job in the GT3. Back racing at 16.7. Josh Burden. AJ Bear running as a privateer at 16.8. Stephen Downs and Sean Watts. Good to see the team Emu Racing have put their hands up here. And just have a look at those 2 guys there with the fixed setup. Is not a lot to be spared there. Just a 2/1000ths of a second between 27th and 28th. And Dylan Shepherd's in 30th position. Also got Matty Stratford, Darren Lesu, sorry if I got that wrong. Paul Lonergan does a lot of GT3. Ben Darley Jr. and Wei Han Chun from Redback Racing. So, yeah, 35 qualifiers, obviously with Lee missing. So it's still a very strong grid.
Yeah, I'm amazed at how much we got, actually. I don't think we were expecting that much, and I think the guys are in the driver's briefing at the moment by Matt, and they'll get the down low on what's the procedures on the safety car and whatnot, and I can't wait for this to start.
Well, mate, it's your baby. You've worked very hard for it, and you've done an exceptional job, so on behalf of everybody in the iRacing community, especially those fans of the F1, mate, thank you to yourself and to Matty Wilkins for making the effort, and from my understanding, you guys have also put up the prize money as well. So, yeah, congratulations all around there.
Yeah, that's it. And if anyone's watching out there, you own a business or whatever, and if you love this series, please just you can send us an email at smackracecontrol@hotmail.com, and hopefully, because because Matt's a uni student and I'm a school student, and we've got to fork out $50 each other, and we're more than happy to do that. But just that sponsorship will just help us out a little bit more, and especially because this is only a series at the moment. We're just testing things. A 3-round series, and next year there'll be a full yearly event series, so that'll be even bigger prize money. So we cannot wait for this, and I really can't wait for this to happen.
Yeah, and at the moment, Matthew's going through the race briefing. Find that to be more and more important these days, and I think the idea of all the boys lining up in pit lane number 1 adds a bit of a spectacle. But the interesting here is that there's going to be a safety car should that be necessary. So that's the type of thing that will bring in pitch strategy as well. It's a fixed setup. They all start with the same fuel amount, but from there you can pit at any stage and add fuel should you need to get to the finish.
Yeah, that is correct, and I think we might have a higher chance with safety car, and especially in the F1. There could have been one in Ozsmack, but Trent Thomas he sadly forgot to put the safety car on, so it should be an interesting race. This I think there'll be a high chance of safety car, and the guys should get the down low on what they have to do under the safety car, and yeah, it's going to be a good race.
Yeah, looking forward to it immensely. Hopefully the racing will be clean here. It's the first time for a lot of these guys racing today, so yeah, there's going to be a couple of mistakes made. I think we have to accept that. They're a tough car to drive, and it's even tougher to be fast and competitive in these. And and we've seen in a lot of the open wheelers that you don't really get that much of a chance of making a mistake. I know that sometimes with the V8 you can bang yourself off a wall and still keep going. Yeah, it might have a bit of damage, but you can keep going. These things hit the wall, at any type of speed type thing generally could be raced over for them. So, we have to understand that there are going to be a few mistakes out there, and the cars are just going out for that last little burst now. We've just pretty much finished the warm-up, just the 30 seconds to go, so I'd imagine a lot of the guys might be practicing their starts, and Ben Smith has actually been the fastest in the warm-up. Actually quite convincing, 0.6 of a second in front of our pole man, Daniel Benefield. Marcelo Rivera has split those two. Mitch McLeod, great to see him competitive there at 16 flat with Scotty Newton at 16 flat. Scotty's done a really good job of late in the Sim Racers Asia series with the BMW. So the times are exceptionally close from 4th all the way down to 15th. All those cars are covered in the 1 minute 16, so less than a second between them. So looking forward to some real close hard racing.
Another interesting part of this is the start, because these cars are no easy job to get off the line, and they're very. I think you still get wheel spin in 3rd or 4th gear, so it'll be very interesting to see this start. I think the front runners, they should get away pretty good, but it'll be interesting to see what happens sort of mid pack. But I think we should get away pretty well.
So cars just gridding up now. And a bit of tension racing with the boys, I'd imagine.
Well, this is the most when you're waiting for people to grid on your grid, you're sitting there, and especially if I think you get a whole minute to grid up, and it's just the suspense of the tension is just rising. You're ready to go, and then you just have to wait a little bit longer. And that's another thing. These cars, they don't like to be revved that high on the grid. Actually, if you rev it too much, you will blow the engine on the grid. So. Just as we can hear, no revs at the moment, but I'm sure once the lights go up, we should hear the revs rise and we should be good. I think the revs are on now.
Starting to build.
Green flag.
Green flag, and we are racing in round 1 of the Australian GP Series. Great start by Daniel Benefield. He's going to be taking that inside line nice and safe. He's got a very good getaway there. Not much action in the background. Hopefully it's all clean racing. Can't see any dramas there. So, yeah, sorry. Altana has just driven to the side of Joseph Fabian. It's also taken...
Mitchell Bennett's
Bennett has also gone as well. So that's an unlucky start there. Just a pure racing incident. Deep under brakes also. Scotty Goodman's also had an issue there as well. And there's cars on their roof. I'm thinking this is a great time for a safety car. So plenty of damage early days here. A lot of cars not getting their brake marker either, and we've also got another issue with Sean Mansarella as well.
Yeah, we got Sean Watts on his roof here on the grass. So I think this could be a safety car. Just waiting at the moment for the confirmation. Yes, safety car is out.
How are you doing there, bud?
So wow, what a start!
Yeah, it's always going to be that expectation of something going, like the different braking, and people who are regular GT3 drivers will brake where a GT3 does. Those who drive the Star Mazdas will probably brake initially where the Star Mazda brakes. So that's the thing that this series is going to have. Daniel Benefield generally drives the F1 more often than not. So a fantastic getaway by him, and the top three really did get away dramatically from Jack Baker, who found his way up to fourth. I think. Well, sorry, no, it was that. Sorry, Mitch McLeod had been fourth, and Jack Baker had found his way up to fifth from eighth. So he had a good start. And Marty Carroll also had a decent start from 10th on the grid to 6th. So just as the cars settle in behind the pace car, it's probably not the worst idea in the world here. Just might settle the nerves a bit, and also those who are unlucky to have a bit of damage, it's going to bring them straight back into the race. They get a free tow each. This will be their one and only tow for the race. Those cars who are needing it now, we can see that, Sean Watts obviously ended up on his lid, so he's had a bit of a shocking start to the season there. But no, it's just all going to be drama with these guys. Once it all settles down, though, I reckon you'll see some good, hard, clean racing.
And I must say, Andrew Gaines, he's gone from 14th, I believe, up to 10th from the grid. Also, Jake Blackhawk, 13th to 8th, and same RMP is 12th to 7th. It'll be interesting to see if anyone's game enough to pit under caution here in the first lap, maybe top it up with a little bit of fuel, but I don't think many people will do it. They might come in for their repairs. Pit lane should be open, I think it might be this time by.
Well, we know that the cars now have the ability to take that pit stop and to fill up. They've just got to carry 34, 33 laps worth of fuel for the rest of the race, and the tyres do tend to go off a little bit in these cars, so probably wouldn't be surprised if we saw some of the guys near the back might take that opportunity to have a pit stop just to put some new rubber on and just take that little top up as well, just to make their second stop should they need it that little bit shorter. But straight away with the implication of the safety car, some strategy certainly comes into place.
Well, yeah, there's a few guys back, I think from 9th on back. There's a few there in between. They've got a bit of wing damage, so I'm thinking if they know they've got wing damage, I think that you should see them in the pits to try and get that repaired. There's about 5 or 6 of them who've all got wing damage, so it'd be interesting you would think they would pit at the moment and get that cleared up so they can get back up to pace and try and make some positions up. And I noticed Joseph Fabian, he's gone from 3rd all the way down to 26th in that first lap incident.
Well, here's an opportunity here. A guy in 2nd place who actually was our fastest in warm-up, Ben Smith, has taken the opportunity to have a pit stop. With him, Jack Baker, Marty Carroll's come in, Aaron Pearce has come in. So straight away, this is who else have we got there? Who else is that? Stephen Altana has come in, James Keen's come in, Scotty Newton's come in. There's actually quite a few making the most of this opportunity, so we'll keep an eye on these guys here. Pretty quick stop by Marty Carroll, has to be said, and he's actually got himself out just close to the pit exit here between himself and Ben Smith, and Carroll has got that job done, has he?
No.
So Smith is going to line up. Now what this has done though with Ben Smith, I'd be interested here. Stephen Altana's actually come out in front of them as well, so he's had a very quick stop there. Just wondering whether he's just short filling. So that's going to throw a bit of a cat amongst the pigeons with Smith. The problem that they're going to have here is whether they've taken enough fuel to get all the way home, and if they have, there's a lot of work on their tyres, but also you got the interesting thing here is the faster guys now, like we saw from the grid, are now going to have to work their way through a lot of traffic in front of them, and it's not going to be that easy.
And I've noticed Chris Behan has actually got a fair bit of wing damage, and he's just in front. He's one car ahead of Benjamin Smith there, and also a few cars up. Nathan Browder's also got some wing damage too. So it'll be interesting to see how much that wing damage affects them two down the straights, and be a bit painstaking, I think, because I think they'll lose a bit of aero down the straight line speed. So it'll be interesting with Ben Smith, Marty Carroll, and all those quick guys behind there, to see how they can work their way through the field and get back up there.
Well, I notice the lights are out in the safety car at the moment. So as the cars go around La Pingla hairpin down the bottom there, the lights are out. They're going down the Casino Straight, nice and slow. I think the pace car's doing about 100 k's an hour, just under 100 k's an hour. So the tyre temperature in these cars is dropping all the time. These guys like their tyre temperature up and running. Daniel Benefield, Apex Racing League Formula 1 will be leading the pace here. is backing right off, waiting for the safety car to come in, and Benefield will be leading the charge here at the end of lap 3.
Yeah, so with the safety car rules here, Daniel will be in control of the field, and he can proceed up to race pace when he sees the first grid stall. Once he passes that grid stall, he can go whenever he likes until the green flag. It'll be interesting here because I think it'll take 1 or 2 laps for the tyres to really get up to temperature. So it'll be interesting to see if Marcelo can bounce on Daniel, maybe get a position up on him with cold tyres.
Yes, as he leads his way past the Wall of Champions, I'm surprised he hasn't sunk the boot in yet, to be honest with you, but he's got himself a nice little pace here. And he's off now.
He's got he got a good jump then, Daniel, over Marcelo, and Marcelo got a pretty good jump over Mitchell there. There's been some contact in the back of the pit. Stephen, massive incident, here we go. AJ Bear's been involved in that one. He's got away clean.
I'm thinking there's going to be another safety car here. There's a lot of mess at the back there, and Ben Smith, I think, must have been affected there as well, because he's actually dropped behind James Keane. So yeah, a bit of a messy restart there. But this is the thing, if you take that opportunity that you think you can see with the safety car coming in, you take that early pit stop, you're going to be taking a chance of being involved in other crashes. So Benefield's really stretching his legs out here now in the first lap of the restart.
I've also noticed Jake Blackhall, he's got himself up to 4th. So with Andrew Games, they're having a really good race at the moment. It'll be interesting when the pit stops come into play, especially see what happens with Ben Smith here. As said, he fell back a bit, and Marty Carroll, they've begun a bit sideways back here with Jack Baker and Benjamin Smith. I think we'll come 3 wide of the exit out of the hairpin there.
So how long is it do you think they'll need for the pit stops here? Because the ERA cars here and Marty Carroll and Jesus, his nose cut off there by Nathan Grouden, really coming hard there. There's got to be a set number that these guys are looking at. You don't want any more than a particular figure. So what kind of pit stops times are they looking at here?
I'm not really sure, but I think with fuel and tyres...
Stop on the road. Sean Watts on the pit exit is just, he's just letting traffic through. Probably a bit of a scare there for the boys seeing a car stop on the side of the road. Sorry.
I'm just saying, Nathan Grouden, I thought so. He's got some really bad wing damage, and it's hurting him a lot. And James Keane is currently trying to get past him, and he's got his nose chopped off there. He might fall back to Joshua Burden here. They're side by side down the straight here. Mitchell Bennett's also going to come into this now too. No, he's backed out of it. All too wide for Kane.
Yeah, this is going to end in tears, I think, between these two. Josh Burden and James Keane, both very aggressive races, and as you said, with Mitchell Bennett, who was involved in that first lap accident, so he's made the most of the free toe, and he's actually worked his way around Keane there, the lapping hairpin and back down to the casino straight. There was a bit of contact there between Mitchell Bennett and Joshua Burden there. As Mitchell's got the pass around the outside, I was about to commend him on what a pass, and then he's just got the rear wheel on the grass there and just spat him straight into Joshua Burden there. And Scotty Goodman's making a pit stop too. I'm thinking he must have a bit of damage. AJ Bears in the pits, and Stephen Altana here stepped out of the car, so his day is done.
And I think they really need to, from Joshua Burden, Mitchell Bennett and James Keane, and now Aaron Pearce is now in this battle, they really need to get by Nathan Grouden, because they're going to lose a lot of time at the moment, because especially they just need to calm down, not battle, and just get past Nathan, because he's got some really bad wind damage. They're just going to lose more time and as each lap goes on.
Yeah, and back out the front, Daniel Benefield just putting those punches that last lap was 16.338. So just settling in, getting his rhythm, getting his momentum up. Had quite a handy 1.5 second lead at the end of the first lap after the restart. Marcelo Rivera, he's no scrub. He does a fantastic job in a lot of the cars that we've seen so far. He actually was leading this Mazda Australian Championship until a disconnect on Thursday night, unfortunately for him. But through the last chicane, Daniel Benefield's put a pretty good lap here. It must be known as 16.192. Not sure if Marcelo's got that in him, a 16.3 give or take. So good opening laps here by the boys. Mitchell McLeod up in the 3rd place now as a result of those pit stops of 17.3. Jack Blackwell 17.5, and then rounding at your top 5. Brett Wilson, which is a fantastic effort for Brett, starting in 11th position, a 1:18.2, so he'll be really happy with that in the Redback racing machine.
I must say, I think we'll see a few faster times as these laps go on, as the tyres are coming up to pressure and they get more comfortable with the car. All Daniel's just blinked out there, but yeah, I think in that that previous lap he's brought the lead up to 1.7 seconds, so...
Yeah, well, what I'm finding interesting here is the gap back to Ben Smith, trying to watch out for that. Now he's worked his way past Marty Carroll last lap. 17 flat now, but he's got a belly full of petrol in this car. He's going to be able to get all the way home, I believe, whether his tyres have the ability to hang in there or not. But he's worked his way up to 8th place after taking that pit stop, working his way behind James Scanlon. Ben Smith's last lap was 17 flat. Scanlon with an 18.6 as they come up to the casino straight. You'd probably think that Ben Smith will probably get tight enough into this draft. Not sure he's going to get there before the last chicane, but certainly looking very racy.
Well, yeah, I think this could be a good strategy call by Ben here. Just if he looks after his tyres well enough, I think he'll be in a really good shot for maybe a podium, I dare say. So, it'll be interesting to see where he gets up to. Because I dare say he'll be able to get home easily.
Yeah, it looks like he's got the job done there through on James Scanlon. So Smith up to 7th now. 16.8 last lap, so he's at 1.1 seconds faster than the guys in the front. Yeah, well, the F1s in the professional series, they can comfortably do 35 laps. Oh, it's right on the exit there through the Concord. These guys can generally make it on 35 laps in the F1 official series, so I can't see any reason, unless there's a specific change in the setup, why they shouldn't make it on the one set of tyres.
Just had our first retiree of the race, Stephen Tana. He's disconnected from the server, and such a shame for him. Not a good start at all to this championship. Now, we just got AJ Bear actually stopped on the track. He's off the racing line now, and I think he's actually in discussion right now of race control. And I think he's now exited. No, he has not. Okay. I think he might just wait for a gap, maybe.
Yeah, well, these things come in.
Oh, we've had a big crash. There's been a big incident up here. I'm not sure, Nathan.
Aaron Pierce, Josh Burden, Chris Bean, unfortunately, who's already jumped out of it. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. There's 3 good guys too, 3 good drivers. So, obviously had an incident there. Josh Burden heavily involved, it would seem.
Oh, we've just seen the replay of that, and looks like Joshua Burden's gone a little bit too deep under brakes into the chicane there. He's actually gone on that, gone a bit wide, got on the curb there, and who was that? Aaron Pierce just hasn't slowed down enough and actually just punted Josh right around, and Chris Behan's had nowhere to go but just straight into Josh and Aaron. And then also, who's that? Oh, Craig Jones has gone into the side of Joshua Burden, and then Nathan Brown. It's just a whole... Wow, there's a massive incident there. I'm really surprised when you get a safety car. I think all cars got away except Chris Behan and Aaron Pierce. So Aaron Pierce is actually still stopped on the track. Don't see a marshalling post anywhere near, so I guess we could see a safety car soon.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is probably a good opportunity to make the most of it. If these guys want to be able to click out and escape, well, they're not going to mess up anyone else's races. Their races are pretty much cooked, I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah, hopefully he's been directed to move down to the hairpin. What that achieves, I really don't know. Whether he has to escape from there, I'm not sure what that will gain. But at the end of the day, it's as much as it's a first race for the guys who are actually in the car, there's also a first race for the admin and for race control. So lessons are going to be learned, and this is the warm-up series for bigger and better things to come.
Now Benjamin Smith, he's just moved up to P5, so he's making his way well through the field. He's now past Andrew Gaines and Brett Wilson. Who's up the road next? Jake Blackhall, his teammates, so that'll be interesting to see if he can get up to him in, I'll dare say, 2 laps or so.
Yeah, I don't think yellow flag. Safety car, that's set. Marcelo, that's James Keane. So that's, Keane's down in 21st, obviously had some issues there that we might have missed, so he's gone down a lap now. His car looks pretty clean, so the question is now, what does Daniel Benefield do? He has not got the amount of room that he needs behind the safety cars. We're just going to try and find why the safety cars come out here.
I'll just back. I'm just going to get more confirmation from Matt to actually see why that safety car was called there, because I actually didn't see a an instant there except for James Keen's spin, so I could have missed something there, so I'll be...
Well, what this done is Anthony Manzarella was about to go a lap down, so the safety car's come out at a perfect time for him in the ERA car. So again, Daniel Benefield just backs the field up. Marcelo Rivera has snuck up behind him. Josh Burden, who had issues last lap with Jones and Bean, has now gone that lap down. So Burden's going to be relying on Rivera and Benefield to pit here, and the opportunity will come to get his lap back if these two, either of them, stay out, which they may do. I'll be thinking they might pit lap 11 of 35. And Mitch McLeod, he's done a fantastic job in third place. Jake Blackwell in fourth, and the rest of the field slowly coming into now. So this tightens it up, really tightens up. I think it's a suitable advantage to all those who pitted early, because any disadvantage they have time-wise is now being gobbled up. Ben Smith, for example, was 21 seconds behind our leader. Now he's just got a few cars in between.
We just got confirmation from race control that safety car was pulled because Jack Baker was on his head, on his lid, actually on the back straight then, and I've just seen James Keen. He actually he's actually spun out of the first corner under safety car, and he's damaged his wing there a bit. So I dare say we'll see him pit in for his fast repair if he hasn't got it already, because that'll make him significantly slow, as we've seen with Nathan Crowder. And please, James Keen has been now waved around the pace car along with Joshua Burden.
Okay, so all those who are getting a debt down, as is the case in the Formula 1 series, they get their wave around, which brings these guys right back into contention. So, it's where we got there, who's come around so far: Keane, Burden, Chris Bean. What's happened there? Has he spun under the safety car?
He actually didn't spin. He's just stopped there. I've watched it before. He just came out of the pits, I think, and he just pulled off and stopped there. So I might be having some hardware issues or something there, Chris. But I'm not too sure what's going on there. He stopped there for a good 2 laps, and he's losing. Oh, he's moving. Yeah, he's got going again now. So it might have been a hardware issue, or I really don't know. But that's an odd one there by Chris.
And we must have had Jake Blackwell, I'm thinking, must have pitted as well.
Yes,
yeah, a couple of cars have pitted. Blackwell's actually got the job done quicker than McLeod in pit lane. Marty Carroll taking his second pit stop, not the worst idea in the world. Marty's an experienced old campaigner. Old Marty, very good with strategy with his STC team. But Jake Blackwell, there's a lot of cars who still haven't pitted, it has to be said, but he's gone from third back to probably 15th, I'm thinking he is now. So, but he's got the fresh tyres, and we know he can get home from here. And again, the opportunity for Daniel Benefield to take that pit stop, he didn't do it in this case. And to be honest, he's probably played the right call here. He's going to have to pit. I think the pit window between lap 18 and 22. So for the next 8 to 12 laps, he's going to have to really put the guns out and try and build up a significant lead, but it's not going to be that easy. He's got Marcelo Rivera, Evolution Racing Australia car, and his teammate, the first of our pit stoppers, Ben Smith. And Smith had some dramas in this race so far, but still found his way up into a very, very strong third place, considering he's had his pit stop. And all this is doing right now is just saving the wear on Smith's tyres, so this is working for him really well.
Like to screw up the safety car, so I dare say we'll see the safety car in this lap. Now I think, Daniel, it'd be best to pit with the majority of the field, so he comes out in clear air, and he really does have to fight through lap traffic, because I think that will hurt him, especially if Marcel doesn't pit. And it'll be interesting to see. I was interesting with Marty Carroll pitting for a second time. I think he may have underfueled the car, may have come in to top it up. I think we've had a bit of a rule change on the fly there. The leader can now go. Yeah, whenever you would like.
Yeah, well, he's in control of the pace, so I don't think there's a rule change there. I think there's just a request if he went before the chicane to stop the congestion. but Benefield has put it down. Loose on the exit. That's the temperature of the tyres. Hasn't got up to speed yet. But up and away now, and Marcelo and Ben Smith in second and third. Just wondering whether these guys will have a chat on their internal TS about team orders here.
Oh, that was very close there, went between Benjamin Smith there and Marcelo coming to the first one. Oh, Marcelo's
just taking a bit of grass.
Oh, he's going to get a slow down for that. He's going to lose a few positions. He might lose. Oh, Brett
Gaines.
Mitchell Bennett on his roof.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess there, and we know that Bennett's already used one quick repair, so we'd be thinking that's lights out for him. Wilson, I think that'll start with Wilson again. I think his tyres have absolutely had it, because that's twice now the Redback Racing car has lost traction heavily under brakes there, so he's sliding his way down the pack, and he's just letting a heat through. Carroll's gone through, Mansarella's gone through, Blackall's gone through, so all this is biting him badly, but what that has done is freed up Ben Smith at the front to chase down our race leader Daniel Benefield. Benefield's done an outstanding job leading from the get-go here, but this is probably the first time there's been some genuine pressure on here, because he needs to find himself a suitable gap for a pit stop, and over the next 8 to 10 laps it's going to be hard to see that happening.
Well, Ben went a little too deep in the chicane, but interesting to see if he can actually rein in Daniel here, and interesting see what the lap times are next time by when they've done their first flying laps, and also next time laps when the tyres are coming up to pressure, because you got to remember Ben is on the fresher tyres at the moment because he did pit with the first yellow. I think Daniel will be just working for a gap here to try and pit probably around lap 18, I think, anywhere beyond there, and we've got a few people in the pits there.
Dylan Shepherd's in the pits, and the Williams, the Martini livery looks fantastic. His car was travelling terribly, but he's been able to use that quick toe, and Mitchell Bennett, well, we saw him on his lid, so there's going to be some serious problems there. That car doesn't look like it's going in a straight line either, and he's run out of quick toes, so problems there for the Bennett vehicle.
Well, he was very lucky in that instance too, because he actually rolled softly back onto his wheels, so he had to get going again, which was lucky, because I didn't think Daniel would like to see another safety car there, or I think Benjamin might have liked to see, because it's just saving his tyres even more, but he got back going, and interesting as the leaders come through the chicane now, interesting to see what the times are compared to Daniel and Ben, and also Marcelo. I've noticed he's climbed back to rein in Ben as well, so this could be interesting.
Yeah, but Smith's just got to play the smart card here. 1:16.6 last lap, Marcelo 1:16.1. But see, Ben Smith has got that extra 4 laps, I think it is, of fuel on board. Well, actually, not yet, more than 4 laps. These guys, Benefield, etc., with a 15.8 last lap, skittish on the way out. These guys are due to pit in the next 3 to 5 laps, I would think. So these guys are running very light at the moment. Smith running very heavy at the moment, but it's only 2.8 seconds to the lead from Benefield back. So he's going to need a hell of a lot more. So at the moment, the ball's definitely in Smith's court. The interesting thing that I would probably be looking for here is what kind of traffic that Benefield has to deal with on his return to the track. At the moment, he's got 23 seconds back to 11th place, which is probably where I'd be thinking he'd feed in. But over the next 4 laps, he's going to be pulling in a few more. So I'm probably thinking that he might come out probably about 6th, 7th position.
Oh, Andrew Gaines now to P4, and Scotty Newton's reining in pretty quickly at the moment, and then Sean Watts, he's a lap down. Mitchell McLeod, P6, he's fallen back, I think, 2 positions there. What's Lee's done around this time? Daniel, he's done a 15.5, so he's picking up the pace here. Daniel, I think he's working, pushing for a gap here. Benjamin Smith is 16.261, and Marcelo 16.215. I think we have a spinner at turn 1. Andrew Gaines, I'm a bit of commentator's curse there. Give him a wrap and then he's binned it. But he hasn't hit anything, so he's got back going. I think he lost 2 positions there, so he'll get back going, cool the tyres back down. Don't want to overheat the tyres too much, because then they start wearing pretty quickly.
Yeah, good battle here between Marty Carroll, the FCC, and Anthony Manzarello. These guys are, and Stephen Downs in there as well, who's done a really good job picking up here. I think Downs, I don't think he's had a pit stop as yet. So a fantastic little effort here. Marty Carroll's working his way through the field. Up into 8th now, Jake Blackhall in front of him. this is where the race is going to be for Daniel Benefield. Needs to keep an eye on the lap times of these guys. Are 19.2 in traffic last time for Carroll, 19.1 for Blackwell, and Mitch McLeod a 17.3. So this is where Benefield's going to be feeding into, I think, and it's where the interest is going to be, whether he gets held up in traffic or not.
Well, that's it. Daniel's done another 15.5.88, and so he's got a bit more pace. But you got to remember that Smith is a bit slow at the moment because he's got that 4 extra laps of fuel on board, and Marcelo is it's on a 16.0, so I think Marcelo will be looking forward to getting past his teammate up here, and then because Benjamin Smith, he's just got to preserve his tyres so he can get to the end. And you got to remember that Marcelo and Daniel still have to pit, and I think Daniel, when he comes in, I think he'll be aiming for the gap between Mitchell McLeod and Jake Blackhall at the moment, because there's a pretty 2-3 second gap there, so I think he'll be aiming to come out in there, and then he only has to pass the 4 cars, I believe.
Yeah, we've got, we're not going to be doing many interviews, I wouldn't think, this series. We've got Josh Burden, so I'm certainly thinking for round 1 we might get Josh up here and have a bit of a small chat and see how his race went. He's obviously had some issues. Josh Burden, welcome to Redback Racing TV's coverage of round 1 of the Australian GP Series. Obviously you had some dramas there tonight, mate, but your race pace seemed genuinely good for the time that you're out there. How was it?
Yeah, I was pretty happy with my race pace, really. Didn't qualify all that well, but yeah, race pace was pretty good. I was starting to move up there, but then all the carnage happened, and when that first caution came out, no one really knew what to do at the restart, and all caused havoc, and I think it was even worse at that second restart, so yeah, it wasn't ideal.
Yeah, but just teething problems, mate, and no doubt as time goes on, it'll be sort of your expectation of this series. Do you get to drive the Formula 1, mate?
No, I don't actually drive it much. Probably aiming for a few top 10s, that's probably about it. Not overly speeding in Formula 1. But anyway, it's a good bit of fun when you've got people around you that you can trust.
Yeah, it is, and no doubt the concept is obviously, Joseph Fabian's having an issue there in the Redback Racing car. Obviously the concept of the fixed setup with the Formula 1s is attracting you. Is that what brought you to the series?
Yeah, a little bit, and just the fact that there's nowhere really to race the Formula 1 unless you get up at 3 a.m. in the morning and all that to do the strength of field races. So it's a good time slot to race, and yeah, probably the actual time slot attracted me more than anything.
Well, mate, we're not going to keep you too long, mate. Thanks for joining us. Unlucky today. It's good to have you out here. It's a strong field, and no doubt bigger and better things to come for you as the season goes on.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Cheers, mate. It's Josh Burden from race 1 here. Had a few dramas early on, but he explained a lot of it was with the rejoining of the safety car. But yeah, that's the type of thing that the drivers will be able to iron out also with race admin. But Benefield at the front just punching out some really good laps. Have a look at this, 15.2 last lap versus his fastest lap of the race, 15.257. But right now we're going to be paying attention to when he's going to be pitting, because his tank's going to be running dry. He's got himself out to 26 seconds in front of Mitch McLeod in 5th place. I'm thinking that's probably right on the button to be enough. So if he can hang out there for that one more lap with that time of a 1:15.2, he's up to 2.5 seconds faster than McLeod at the moment. So the ball's definitely in Benefield's court here, but Smith with a 16 flat, thanks very much, and Rivera with a 16.1. That's Benefield does go around one more time past the wall of champions. So starting on ending lap 19, started lap 20 now, so a 15.3, so the times are very consistent.
Just watching Marty Carroll back here in P7 at the moment with his fresh tyres, and he's really close up to Jake Blackhall at the moment, and he was really close in the hairpin there, but I think he's just lost a bit on exit, but he's got closer and closer every lap, and he's made a fair bit of time up on Jake here, so it'll be interesting to see how quick Marty with his fresh tyres he can get past Jake Blackhall, as Jake Blackhall gets a little bit sideways on exit out of the last chicane there. Got Joseph Fabian exiting pits. He might have had a bit of repairs there. I saw he bended at the hairpin a couple laps ago, so unlucky for Joseph there.
Yeah, Marty Carroll's, I think when he joined iRacing, I think he was big into the Formula 1s, but like I said, with the Australian Formula 1 community lacking, it has to be known, he tended to drift away from it into the V8s, where he runs a very successful team with the STC. But yeah, right on the hammer now of Jake Blackhall, who's had a wonderfully successful Oval Series, the IRFF Oval Series run on Wednesday nights. I think with the one race to go, he's going to be comfortably winning that championship. But that just shows the diversity of what this series offers. We've got an Oval racer who does a bit of V8s racing as well, in front of pretty much a strict V8 racer here, and these guys are battling for 6th and 7th.
And Daniel, the fuel load is getting lighter, as you can tell. He's set another fast lap of the race with a 15.212. So I'm expecting him to be pitting in the next three laps, I would say. If he doesn't pit then, well, then he'll be cutting to fine. Benjamin Smith still back in second there, and Marcelo's just fallen off a little bit there. But I think as Benjamin's fuel load lightens up a bit, he should start to pull away, because Marcelo probably will be pitting when Daniel pits, I would dare say. So
yeah, well, Benefield's just coming amongst traffic for the first time since that safety car. He's got the 3 cars in front. Well, Bennett's done the right thing and led him through very cleanly there, so it's good driving by Mitchell Bennett. So I wouldn't be surprised with lap 21 now starting to stretch this. Had a couple of laps under safety car though, so that could get him out to just that little bit further, lap 23 maybe even. So yeah, he's put up some great laps here, and I think now he's got 30 seconds plus back to Mitchell McLeod. So at the very worst, I think he'll come out top 5.
He's done some very consistent laps since that last safety car restart. Basically all laps have been the 15s. He's just another 15 too. And I think as he catches up to that Chris Behan and Brett Wilson, I think it would be a smart idea if they're holding him up a bit to just pull in the pits, do his fuel stop, and then get back out, and hopefully in that gap between Mitch McLeod and Jake Blackhall.
Yeah, Ben Smith hasn't exactly let go here. 16.3, and this guy's got older tyres. This is where Benefield's got to cash in, because the work that he does now is going to be the work that he saves later on if he wants to get up to where Smith is. So at the moment, 8.6 second gap back to Smith. So as good a job as Benefield done, there's a little bit of damage on the left-hand side of Smith's car. Not sure what that's from, but yeah, definitely a bit of damage. Yeah, there is. So he hasn't done enough yet, but he's still got 14 laps to go. And if he keeps punching out those lap times in the low 15s, well, he's giving himself every opportunity. He goes around again, so end of lap 22, start of lap 23, another 15.2. So this is some fantastic driving by Benefield. 4 of his last 5 laps have been in the 15.2s.
And Craig Jones finally pulls out of the way of Daniel, and who's that? Brett Wilson in front of him. Hopefully Brett pulls out of the way here. Oh no, he's not yet. I think Daniel just got the inside.
Through though. Really tough place to let cars through there. You know, you don't want to be risking your own race and putting it into a wall by taking that wide line on the dirty side of the track. So, you know, it's Brett did the best he could do there, and can't be critical about it all.
No, not at all. Daniel did an excellent job. Just be a little bit patient there. Just go home as soon as we got in the braking zone. Did a very good job there, and got around him nice and clean. So interesting to see coming out of the hairpin now. Interesting to see if Kin continues on for one more lap or he hits in.
See, it's interesting here is that Marcelo Rivera. This will give us a guide as to where the Benefield will come out. Marcelo's had a pit stop from his 3rd position. He's come out behind Marty Carroll.
Daniel's in the pits.
And Jake Blackhall. So Daniel will definitely be clear of those. Whether he's clear of Mitch McLeod, don't know, but we're about to find out.
Daniel's just been coming to the pits. I think Marcelo has... Where's Marcelo?
Marcelo's pitted.
Oh, he's pitted. Yeah, see, I didn't see that. Benjamin Smith now takes over the lead while Daniel is in the pits. It'll be interesting to see where Daniel comes out here.
Well, Ben is in the lead, he's not effectively. He is clean in the lead now. We know he's had his pit stop. We believe he can get through. So every second that Benefield sits here is a second that Smith gets away. Benefield leaving pit lane now on the new tyres, looking out for Mitch McLeod going down. No, he's not going to get that job done. That's quite clear. The benefit of Benefield here is he's got a lot of space in front of him to get those tyres up to temperature. A lot of time to make gains here.
That moves Mitch McLeod up to P3 at the moment, but you might see he still has pits over Jake Blackhall. Marty Carroll be a bit of a dark horse in this one, and he's pitted. So has Marcelo, and I believe Scotty Newton has too. So interesting to see where they all end up after Mitch and Jake pit, and it'll be interesting to see if Ben can maintain this gap, and with Daniel charging on fresh tyres.
Yeah, we know Jake's pitted. He pitted the same lap as Marty and Marcelo going down the inside. Marcelo's got the newer tyres out of all these guys. A clean move there. That's great move actually. That's through turns 8 and 9 up into the Pingler hairpin. Sorry about that.
And Ben Smith's now just catching up to a few of lap cars here, so hopefully they get out of the way nice and clean and he can get through.
Well, for the first time we're actually going to find out the actual gap between the two, and 16.9 seconds. So yeah, with Smith's last lap was 16.4. We know that Benefield can cover that type of time quite easily. A lot of it's going to be up to the lap traffic here as well, so the chase is definitely on.
Indeed, Chris has just kindly pulled over there and let him, Benjamin, go there. Now, Mitchell Bennett's up the road. I dare say he would move out of the way like he did to Daniel on the back straight.
Blackwell's, has he snipped the wall there? Sorry. Sorry, Bernie, got your run around area. I do believe he may have just tagged the wall there.
So he's given the wall a little tap there. He doesn't look like there's too much damage to the wing, but there could. I think he might have got away with that, surprisingly, which is really surprising with these cars. They're fragile little things, and as you said in the pre-race there, that if you hit the wall at any speed or make car-to-car contact, it really the car doesn't like it. It's very fragile, and as you see, Benjamin Smith sets a 16.3, so it'll be interesting to see what Daniel's response to that is. Daniel just about across the line now. 15.5 so on his outlap, so that's pretty good outlap there. Dare say those times will come quicker and quicker as the tyres come to pressure.
Yeah, well, Blackwell definitely dodged the bullet at the Ponte de Concorde there, just touching that wall. But yeah, the chase is on, and we know what Benefield's been able to bring to the table. Like you said, a 15.6 last lap. That gap's down to 16.1 now, so 8/10 that lap. The story's going to be is how long Benjamin Smith's tyres can hang in there for. I've got a firm belief that they will start to go off. I think they'll hang in there mostly, but I think he will drop off a bit. But I think it'll be enough to keep a steady pace throughout. And also having the benefit of those two safety cars, and that's just going to save that tyre wear as well.
It feels pretty spread out at the moment. There's no really battle packs at the moment, except for Jake Blackhall, and Marcelo's actually starting to catch Jake at the moment. Marcelo's just got past Martin Carroll there, so Marcelo's definitely on the move at the moment. So he will now be trying and aiming at his teammate Jake Blackhall.
Wouldn't mind giving a bit of a shout out to Scotty Newton. He does a great job, like I said, in the Sim Racers Asia series on Saturday nights, driving his GT3 BMW. But yeah, this guy just does good jobs every week. Started 7th place, staying consistent in 7th place. Hasn't put a foot wrong all race, and he's getting the benefits from that.
And also Jake Blackhall, he's in P4. He's started on the grid in 13th position, so that's almost 10 places from his starting position. So that's a top job there from Jake. Fair say Marcelo will be quick to get around him when he starts catching. He's getting closer now, and they got a lap car ahead. So I think Marcelo, he's going to look. Yes, he has. So Marcelo is now on the inside, and Jake's backed out and let him go, which is probably smart on Jake's behalf. Marcelo's on fresher tyres, and he's definitely on a charge.
Yeah, well, what they've done is that they don't want to be caught up in a battle, because Marty Carroll doesn't need 2 invitations to get amongst this. And this is a great little battle for 4th, 5th and 6th now. I'm not sure Marty's going to have the pace to stick with these two guys, but I'm surprised with Jake's pace here, because I know you and I both know he's got a bit of health issues this week, unfortunately for him. So he's hanging tough in there, and he's also got a Premier Series run tonight. He's made the top split of that, so he's got a pretty busy couple of hours in front of him. And
the gap from Ben to Daniel is now 14.3 seconds at last lap. Daniel set a 15.3.
15.3.
So he's definitely working on those times. So how many laps we got closing on. I'm not sure Daniel can get him at the moment.
No, if he keeps going on this pace, he's only catching up 8, 9 tenths a lap. That is going to work out to be quite short. So let's just see the drop off of Smith's tyres and maybe the times that come with it. But at the moment, as it stands, you'd have to be backing Smith in here. And there's quite a few cars in between as well. You've got Wilson, Bennett, Baker, Ben before Benefield actually can get through to him.
That's interesting, and I dare say Benjamin will be praying for not a safety car to happen, and I think Daniel will be praying for a safety car. So hopefully Benjamin can hold on these tyres, and be very interesting finish to this race to see who actually takes the win out. Daniel is put in a 15.7 that lap, so it's a bit slower. I think he might have had a bit slower than his usual pace. So
got a bit of a battle developing here. Scotty Goodman in the Redback Racing Formula 1 with Anthony Manzarella chasing him down. Manzarella's last lap was 17.8. Scotty Goodman at 18.5. Manzarella was close to going a lap down before that second safety car came in. So yeah, you're chasing him down.
Yeah, I think they'll form into a pretty good battle as he gets a little loose coming out of the chicane there. We've got Jake Blackhall in the pits.
Jake Blackhall in the pits. I wonder if he didn't put enough fuel in there.
Oh, no, he's got some wing damage. I think he's had an incident there.
Well, he's able to use his quick repair and get out. Oh, it's a shame for Jake. He'll be down himself there. What that's done is let James Keane through to get inside the top 10, and Andrew Gaines as well is going to make gains, but Blackhall up and away again. So we know that Blackhall's got the pace here, but whether he can get onto the tail of Gaines and Keane, do not know.
So Jake's he's actually tapped the wall coming out of the turn.
Oh, Scotty Goodman! He gives Scotty Goodman a rap, and he has absolutely punted it down the back of the track there at the Ponte la Concorde in between turns 7 and 8, and that car is toast.
Wow, Anthony there was lucky to get through. Same with Craig Jones, very on their feet, on their toes there to safely get around Scotty Goodman there after his spin.
Well, that brings Andrew Gaines into the top 10, so that's a fantastic performance by Andrew Gaines in the quickbeds.com entry, and using the code 1564 when you book your bed through quickbeds.com. The team will make benefit from that. So if anyone needs rooms, jump on board for quickbeds.com. But he's going to get himself in the top 10 here. Oh, and another spinner. Who's that? Craig Jones.
Oh no, Craig was
just past the wall of champions, and he was having a good go too.
And now it's 13.088 from Benjamin to Daniel with 5 laps to go. As long as Benjamin keeps his nose clear and keeps on track, I dare say he would have this in the bag at the moment. Daniel's last lap was a 15.4, so he's slowed up back a bit off his pace. He's just coming across the line now. Interesting to see what the pace is. He's done a 15.5, so it's even a bit slower. So I don't think Daniel can get this gap now down to 12.5 seconds with 4 laps to go, I should say now.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, barring any incidents. But what could happen here is we've got a little good chase down here for our last podium position with Marcelo Rivera in 4th position in Evolution Racing Australia Formula 1. Can't call him except for a Williams. It is what it is, I guess, but it's just uncomfortable. With Mitch McLeod at 16.3 last lap. So these guys are breaking down the walls in the top 3, and Mitchell just takes it so wide down the exit of turn 4. But Marcelo with the newer tyres.
The gap last line between Marcelo and Mitchell was about 1.1 seconds, so I dare say Marcelo would get a quicker towards Mitchell here. Interesting to see if Mitchell can hold on, but it looks like Mitchell's tyres are starting to go off here. It's a bit tailing coming out of the exit. It'll be interesting to see how good of an exit he gets out of the hairpin here compared to Marcelo. Marcelo closes up into the entry. Mitchell actually gets a pretty good exit out there, so does Marcelo. So as Marcelo should be getting a bit of draft at the moment. Just can see what the gap is this time by, as the lead from the gap from Benjamin to Daniel is now 11.8 seconds. So I don't think that's not going to happen.
Yeah, very controlled pace there. Just trying to work out what lap McLeod may have period on. I'm thinking, yeah, fairly early there. So,
got Joseph. Sorry to butt in there. We've got Joseph Fabian in the wall. Caution is out. Oh no! This is not good for Benjamin Smith here. I dare say this will be a 2-lap dash. This is going to work favours into Daniel.
I don't know, because lap 32, it could be. I think at the most it's going to be a 1-lap dash here. Well, I don't think in the last few laps that they do get way fast, but I think that they will let them through.
So Benjamin Smith has just gone on for lap 33. I think it's going to be 1-lap dash here. So
the pace car has just exited turn 3, so Smith's going to pull it up behind there. That's really throwing the cat amongst the pigeons. And just whilst these guys do pull it up, as you said, that Smith and Benefield so far, Smith with the different strategy was still showing some unbelievable pace, but these guys here were 30 seconds ahead of 3rd and 4th. So these guys have been the class of the field so far tonight, but the strategy has been different.
So as the guys 1 lap down get a wave around the pace car, I don't think the people with 2 laps down get actually waved around the pace car. So I think we'll see. Oh no, Jack's dropped off there. So
but they've waved Matthew Bennett around, and I'm not. Well, no, Bennett was only the 1 lap down.
Yeah. So that's it. Now I thought there was going to be about 5-6 cars, but they've all been waved around the pace car. Now, there'll be no more waved arounds. All cars being waved around. We're gone on the 50th, almost 50th minute mark, so we've got 5 minutes to go in the server, so I'm glad we extended that to 55 minutes. We're on lap 33. Doesn't look like the safety car's coming in this lap.
No, it's going to be a 1-lap shoot, I would imagine, so gee whiz, you'd probably back Benefield from here, wouldn't you, initially, just because of the tyres. However, Smith's not going to just let this go down and lie down to sleep. You'd imagine that Smith's going to have a pretty snappy restart here. It's just a matter of whether Benefield's going to have the opportunity to stick his nose in there. The obvious place is the very last chicane on the casino straight. So there's a lot of racing to happen here. What that's also done is, I'm surprised Ben, Jones, Baker haven't gone through as well. That's because
they're 2 laps down.
2 laps down, so that's going to get Marcelo Rivera, which he was already on the back of.
We've got Chris pitting in, so that's 1 less.
McLeod, Carroll in 50s, he'll be stoked with that. Well, Marty and well deserved so far. Back to 6 with Scotty Newton. We've talked about him, done a great job. James Scanlon haven't talked about much for Motorsports entry. Up into 7th place from 17th on the grid, so that's a fantastic effort there. It's Chris Bean does pit. Anthony Mansorella, 8th place, again from 15th on the grid. All these guys are on the lead lap here, so good job by Anthony. Andrew Gaines, he's had some issues, but he's still there plugging away in 9th place from 14th on the grid. So good job there, Jake Blackwell. We saw him to take that extra stop. I'm not sure he took tyres on that second stop, don't think he did. So he's going to make it interesting here. Just thinking now with that 1 lap to go on the restart, I don't think it matters what happens behind. It's not going to be another safety car.
No, now I think what Benjamin should do, be smart, is just to back the field up when he gets on the back straight, back the field up, and then oh no, he's almost that jumped the heart rate up a bit. I thought Benjamin was going to bin it there, but I think it'll be smart enough to just back the field up again and then just gun it as soon as they get out of the exit of the chicane to get the biggest gap he can possible.
So a bit of radio chat between Daniel and Smith, I think, trying to get into Smith's head there, but as much room as I think there is there, I don't think it's going to be filled up with that. So safety cars lights are out. So coming around the left England hairpin for the second to last time. Benjamin Smith's going to be
back. Benjamin Smith is backing the field up here, and I think I dare say he'll be gunning it on the exit of the chicane to get the biggest gap possible. I think we're having a bit of confusion with the guys on the safety car with where the car should be in the line. So we've had contact here. Sean Watts and Sean.
Not sure why the cars feel this a bit need to be weaving.
So here we go.
One lap
final
sprint.
restart. 1 lap sprint. Who's going to take it out? Benjamin Smith exiting. Has come through the chicane. Is he going? He's gone.
That's made him very vulnerable now.
He's going to get him here on the first corner. Benjamin's going to try and hold his line, outbrake him. Daniel's gone too deep. Mitchell McLeod. Can Mitchell get up here now? Mitchell's on the inside of Benjamin Smith here. Is they going to yield? No.
Change coming. Contact on his roof. No. He's taken out Rivera as well, I think.
No. Benjamin Smith Day is done. I think. His car's crabbing. I think he's going to have to pull over there.
Yeah, that's history. But back up the front, Benfield's got the job done. He's got away cleanly. Just Smith on the exit of near the Wall of Champions there. Lost all traction, just left himself so far open to Benfield's attack. And what we've got here is McLeod and Rivera.
Mitchell on the inside here. Daniel's basically got the win wrapped up, so basically who was going to get second for the podium. They're both gone deep into the hairpin. Mitchell's got a better exit here. Marcelo's going to be in the draft.
Well, he's not taking the draft though. He's going to be going around the outside.
This is going to be tough now. He's tucked into the draft. He's going to pull out. Mitchell's smart. Holds in the inside. This is going to be tight. Mitchell, I think, might have got this done. No. They've made contact here. He's got it done. Wow. That was intense. What a win by Daniel Benfield there. And then we got Mitchell McLeod rounding up P2. We've got people raging on the microphone there. Marcelo rounding up top 3 on the podium.
Notice Marty Carroll dropped right off as well.
Marcelo is not Marcelo. Benjamin Smith is still going around slowly, trying his hardest to finish the race.
No reward there for Smith, but a great race. But those tyres, he had to hold on to them for so long. But it's a bit of pain there now. But obviously lessons will be learnt. But Daniel Benefield did a great job. Did the safety car help him out? Yes, it did. But at the same time, did the safety car hurt him in the first place? Yes, it did. So it probably all evens out there. But Mitchell McLeod coming through in second. What a fantastic job.
Mitchell was real dark horse in that race because he was lurking around in the top 3, top 5 that whole race, and we weren't really expecting him to get up to P2 there. But that last caution really helped Daniel and Mitchell McLeod get. It was an awesome race. Awesome race there between Marcelo and Mitchell on the last lap there, and what a race! Wow, that last lap was crazy. I think we missed a few incidents there, and there's a few people blowing up on the radio at the moment.
Yeah, just trying to see what happened to Marty Carroll there.
It looks like a few people have got a black flag for some reason. I'm not quite sure, but Dylan Shepherd passing under the yellow. So a few guys have got a passing under yellow because lap cars have let them by before the green flag. So they've been trying to be nice and get out of the way, and that's caused iRacing to give them a black flag. So Matt in Race Controls cleared that up for them.
And look at what happened to Marty Carroll. The inside of the Wall of Champions has absolutely bitten him. Same as what it did with Ben Smith, except Marty was in 5th place at the time and gave it some welly, and the back end's come around and away he goes.
So Benjamin Smith goes from P1 to P14 in that last lap.
Yeah, yep. He'll no doubt he'll be disappointed with that, and he'll have a chat about it at a later date. But that's racing, isn't it? He did a fantastic job in the Evolution Racing Australia car. Plenty of airtime for all the cars. So yeah, at the end of the day, as an admin, you'd have to think it was a very, very successful opening.
Oh, that was an awesome first race, I must say. There was a fair few incidents, but I think that was expected, with especially these cars being the inaugural race as well. But I think I'm lost for words. That was an amazing race, to be honest. And I congratulate all the drivers, and I thank you all for coming in to this series. And I don't think we were expecting such a big turnout. And it's really, really surprising. And I want to thank everyone. I want to thank Bernie also for letting us broadcast, and Brenton for coming in the comm box for me. And but yeah, what a race!
Yeah, great opening race for the series, and like we said before, going to be bigger and better things coming for the future, no doubt.
Oh yeah, can't wait. Yeah, we're going to be testing a few new things for the next round and probably a few more changes in Suzuka as well. Once we learn, because every race is just going to be a learning curve. So we just want to be perfecting stuff and like little mistakes and stuff, so we can be the best series F1 series, and especially for Australians, because I think a lot of people like the F1 in Australia, but they just don't have a friendly time slot. So hopefully we get more people coming in as it starts, especially with the full season starting next year.
Well, as the series goes, you might want to think about things such as pre-qual and things like that. But as it stands, mate, a great effort by Daniel Benefield. That Apex Racing League team has had an unbelievably good day, as we thought before, with the success they had in the main race at the Indy 500 this morning, with Cam Stark and Daniel Benefield's just gone on with it. So, team running really smoothly at the moment, run by AC. So, Ake Simpson and his team, congratulations to them for a fantastic day.
We got Marty Carroll waiting in the green room, so hopefully we can bring him up for an interview and see what his race was like. Good evening, good afternoon, Marty. How was your race today?
G'day guys, yeah, no, fantastic. Just want a big shout out to Matthew Wilkins for organising the series. It's a great concept, the Australian Grand Prix series, and thank you RRTV for broadcasting it, and great job tonight for yourself and Brenton there.
Marty, a strong race, mate. I know from your previous experience, mate, you had a bit of time in the F1, so it's welcome back to the F1s for you. Mate, what attracted you to this series?
Not having to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to race in the official series. As everyone knows, the European time slots is where you find the strong SOFs with the Grand Prix series. So having something that's Aussie-friendly time slot definitely was a big attraction.
And your race tonight, mate, worked it up to 5th place on the restart there at the start of the last lap. Just put the boot in, lost retraction looked like, and away she went.
Yeah, just on the shift point, like I wasn't out on the ripple strip or anything, and it just caught me out. Sort of the top 4 got a little jump on me on that last restart. I really didn't want that caution. I was quite happy with P5. Had a pretty solid race till then. Short filled me first stop and had to go in again to top up, and I was still half a lap short on fuel. So all that fuel saving I was doing behind Jake, and when Marcelo came out, I didn't need it in the end, but awesome job by Benjamin Smith. I would have liked to have been able to stay out with him and been up front there on that last restart, but a little miscalculation, but awesome job by Daniel and Mitchell. They did awesome, and Marcel.
And your team, the STC team, obviously we know very successful in V8s here in Australia and also in the ovals internationally, but is it going to be an expectation of any of the team joining in with this series as it goes on?
Yeah, definitely. We're actually in the middle of constructing an open wheel division. As people may or may not know, like Andreas Martin Mork, he's the project sim racer through the sim pit, and so it's a story following him from rookie to pro. and obviously with the Pro Series going to open wheel division, where they're at Star Mazda and looking to DW12 road next season, then season 4 into hopefully the new McLaren by then. But so I've always been a closet F1 fan and always used to go and practice on my own when I wasn't engineering all the other cars. But no, we've got a few guys there now, and I'll definitely try and get them to come across and into the series. So.
And finally, for me, as an organiser of a team and team manager, I know you're a pretty busy fellow. What's the type of thing that, I know it's early days, but what type of thing would you want changed in this series, or is it something you can walk away and talk about later on? Is it something that just stood out to you straight away, or are you pretty happy with how things are?
Yeah, it's got a pretty good base model there. I'm going to have a few little teething problems, like, which will be pretty easy to iron out, but the format itself is quite good. Running the pre-qualifiers, you get plenty of practice time and qualifying time. The warm-up time, is sufficient enough. And the race distance, which is about half real-world race distance, which is ideal, so... there'll be a few little things, like with the fuel restrictions on the start, like they're all concepts that have been trialled and errored from other series, so, they've come up with a pretty good baseline straight away. And as it moves along, then you can look to implement different things to keep it fresh and keep it changing it up. But so far, like tonight's event ran pretty smoothly. With the safety cars on the road series, we know that iRacing don't generally run that over on the official side of things. But it was all implemented pretty well there tonight. So, big congrats to Matty Wilkins on his organisation with the series.
Yeah, well, good job, Marty, and your STC team, mate. Bit of drama on the last lap, but worked your way from 5th. Dropped back, obviously. But, mate, good job tonight. Hopefully the rest of the season will go well for you.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys. Yeah, a little bit disappointed with your late race mistake there, but, not too bad for an old fella.
Yeah, good on you, old fella. We'll catch you later on.
Thanks again.
Welcome back, Scotty. We've got our race winner, Daniel Benefield. We might drag him up there, Bernie, if you're right. Daniel Benefield, welcome to Redback Racing TV's Round 1 coverage of the Australian GP Formula 1 Series. Tough work. Win for the Apex Racing League team. Tell us all about it.
Let's just say the first safety car was never going to pit because where it came out, and I saw Ben come in, so I knew the race was. I didn't need another safety car. If not, and the second one screwed me over completely. As you guys would have seen, but luckily that last one came out because that pretty much won me the race.
Yeah, well, you had some good pace. I think we were commenting at the time you did 4 laps in a row in the 15 too, so good pace throughout. Just your history though, like a lot of these guys race GT3s and the V8 supercars, but you genuinely race the Formula 1s more often than not, is that right?
Yeah, F1 is like my car, pretty much. I run all the SOFs on the weekend. It's pretty much the only car I drive now, pretty much. I'm in my second or third full season in the Grand Prix series. So obviously I won't get pro this season, but I'm hoping to get pro for 2016 season 1.
And Apex Racing League team, a very successful day. We talked about winning the Indy 500 earlier today, so a great day all around. Just tell us a bit about your team. Alex Simpson does a fantastic job there, the Apex Racing League and the Academy. Just tell us a bit about that.
Oh yeah, Alex and the guys at Apex are awesome, and we sort of proved today that we could win on both sides with Cam winning the Indy 500 and then obviously the team success in WCS and all that with Alex and Antoine and Seb. Our main car's the F1, but we got guys that run Skippies and GT3s and all that, but the Academy's really good. We got this rank system, and Scotty and I are both gold members, and Alex helps us out a lot just with practice and tips and all that, as do the other guys like Peter and Seb do, and Cam and everyone else.
And your race tonight, mate, it was good strong field. Had a bit of competition from Ben Smith tonight. The restart, obviously, he lost a lot of traction on the exit there near the Wall of Champions, but exciting stuff going into turn 1.
Yeah, pretty much as soon as I saw him do that, I knew exactly what I was going to do in the next 20 odd seconds. And I executed it perfectly, so... Or it probably could have been a little bit better. I didn't mean to cause a massive traffic jam through turn 2, but I executed it pretty much perfectly.
And your expectations for the rest of the season? Shortened season this year, obviously building up for something better, bigger and better next season, but what's your expectations here?
To win, I'll tell you after Brands Hatch. I don't know how I'll go at Brands Hatch. I mean, if I go well there, then obviously win. Because I know I'll be good at Suzuka. It's probably one of my favourite tracks on the service and the F1 car. It's up there with Spa and Road America and all that. So I don't like Brands Hatch at all though. I hate it.
Yeah, fair enough too, and no doubt I think you've got SEK commitments tonight, mate, so we won't keep you too long, so good luck in the KRF McLaren tonight for the tonight's Spa, I think, at SEK, so good luck with that tonight.
I'll be in here tomorrow. I'll be in here tonight with Bernie.
Oh, okay, you're commentating. Well, I'll pass the keys over to you very shortly, mate, but good job tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Brenton.
Daniel Benefield, round 1 winner of tonight's race at Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve, so yeah, good steady effort, but like he said, he has that experience in the F1 that's going to have to play a big part, but it's not his job to get slower, it's the other guy's job to get faster, and the more time they spend in the car, the quicker they'll get and the more time that they'll take out of Daniel. So good job tonight by Daniel Benefield for sure.
I think we might bring Matt Wilkins up, the organiser of Australian Grand Prix series. Welcome, Matt Wilkins, to the RRTV commentary box. What was your expectations tonight, and how do you think it went?
I will start off saying a little bit disappointed we didn't get the full field in tonight, but I think the racing we had overall was really, really strong in patches, especially for getting a lot of V8 guys and guys from different series come in to try and show their hand at the F1 cars. We've had a few incidences during the race that we have sorted out with a few drive-throughs. All the safety cars we called were necessary at the time, so we're happy with all the safety cars that were called, the 3. And a few things to look at after the race, but overall, running the series and setting up, I'm so pleased with how many people I've got in this round 1. It's not like they've had any time to see this series and how it's run. They just trusted that it's been a good series and it's going to be run well, so I am just thrilled about everything and how it's just come about. It's great.
Well, yeah, mate, and I know you've put a lot of hours in leading up to this event, and I know you've been doing more work than I have, I can say that, and I've helped you a little bit, but I should be helping you more, and I think you've started a really great series, and I cannot wait for the next round, and also the bigger and better things. So is there anything you learnt tonight that you could improve on maybe for next round?
Yeah, we will be addressing how the safety car procedure goes for the leader and when he can go. The first safety car we did one procedure, and then the second one we decided to let the leader just control everything and go when he wanted after the chicane. The first safety car, he had to go when he arrived at the first pits grid spot, which would be something like 44 in this track. So as soon as he got to there on the first safety car, he had to go then, but for the second safety car, he was allowed to go after the chicane. So we did address that, and we'll be looking into the safety car procedures for next round. Probably nothing else, just a few little rules ironing out here and there, but I think it's all pretty well done.
Well, mate, I think you've with the amount of it's a shame that we didn't get the full grid tonight, but I think you've started something special here, and especially as Marty Carroll, he's been looking forward to the series, as he said, gives people in Australia the opportunity to not get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and actually come to a race in the afternoon, and especially the fixed setup, it's become more appealing to everyone as well. So I think you've just done a really good job, mate. And is there anyone you want to shout out or anything?
I'll shout out to you, Scott, for helping me out running the series, and I'll also shout out to I won't mention any names, but just some drivers that I've been surprised that they've turned up and had a go at doing it. Some of the front runners that I didn't think I was going to get for this series, and also a shout out to Alex Simpson for helping me with the setup, and no doubt we'll be in contact with him soon to organise round 2 at Brands Hatch.
And as you say that, when is round 2 of the Australian Grand Prix series?
You've put me on the spot. I knew you were going to do that. Let me just look it up. Get back to me in a second.
Don't worry, mate. Already be. It's the 12th of July. So round 2, it would be qualifying. I think will kick off the 9th of July, and the race will be on Sunday, the 12th of July at Brands Hatch. And I'm sure me and Matty and a few other guys will be doing some testing to work out the race length and stuff. And other than that, mate, glad you're happy with the series, and hope to see a bigger turnout next round in July.
Yeah, thanks, Scott, and thanks, Bernie. I should have given you a shout out as well for putting this broadcast together and just helping to get my series out there and just do a great. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just emotions are flowing.
Thanks, mate.
Well, guys, that was a fantastic race that we just experienced, and Matt, well done. You got the most cars in one series today. But before we let the viewers go, did you guys want to award anyone drive of the race or anything like that?
Oh, you can't go past our race winner Daniel Benefield, really, can you? But special shout out to Mitch McLeod as well, coming through second there. But Daniel probably had the rub of the green against him there with the first 2 safety cars, but he made the most of his new tyres with a lot of help of the last safety car. I don't think he would have got to Ben Smith at the end there, but it is what it is. So congratulations to Daniel Benefield. He would easy to say that the guy on pole position who won the race with the fastest lap time got driver of the day, but in this instance you'd have to give it to him.
Yeah, I agree with Brenton there. I think Daniel drove an excellent race today, and I think Mitch McLeod, he definitely deserves a shout out because he ran a really good race as well, coming in a close second. It was sort of a bit of a dark horse in the race. He was really consistent. Don't think he made a mistake at all during the race. So, and he came in P2, so he came in second, but definitely driver of the day has to go to our race winner Daniel.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So Daniel Benefield got driver of the day for the Australian Grand Prix series. So guys, this pretty much is going to wrap us up for our open wheeler triple header. But for all our viewers out there, don't go away, because in half an hour we'll be coming back to broadcast live the SEK Queensland GT series, a 3.5 hour enduro from Spa. I'm not going to pronounce the full name, and we'll have Adrian Jarvis and Daniel Benefield back in the commentary box for that. So on behalf of Brenton O'Brien and Matt Wilkins, Scott Connors, and I'm Bernie Weemers, and thanks for watching RRTV.